Yo guys, welcome back to the Transfer Daily YouTube channel, and we are back bringing you all the latest updates from the football transfer market. And we know the deadline for the Club World Cup is today. In about 9 hours, 8 hours, it is a deadline. So there might be another video today. So there is one video today, and depending on what happens later, there could be another one out later today. But the reason why I didn't upload yesterday is because there wasn't a lot of news going on. But anyway, starting off with Liverpool and Bournemouth and Liverpool Kerkez. So we know Bournemouth have agreed a deal to sign Adrian Trafford as a new left-back. The deal is in place with Rayan for a fee around 13 million. So he will become Bournemouth's new left-back. And then now Liverpool Kerkez expected to join Liverpool after there is one more round of contacts between Bournemouth and Liverpool this week. And then Liverpool are expected to close a deal for Kerkez this week. So then now, just a quick one. And it's Scott Carson will leave Manchester City after 6 years at a club. We know he's won many trophies. And they're expected to replace him with third choice. Well, with Chelsea goalkeeper Ben Ternali. I'm sorry if I said that name wrong, I definitely have. But also we know Edison and Stefan Ortega, one of them is expected to leave. And two names on the list for Manchester City is James Trafford and Diogo Costa. And Diogo Costa from Porto is a player really monitored for the last few years, Manchester City. And from my perspective, I think a deal costs around 40 million for Costa after we know he won the Nations League last night. So that is one of the names on the option. And then they've also got James Trafford from Burnley, who's had a brilliant season. But we know James Trafford is the number one target for a new goalkeeper for Newcastle United. And that one, for me, there's more competition for that deal. But we do know Manchester City hold a buyback clause for James Trafford, who's had a brilliant season at Burnley. So Manchester City, two names on the list there. But let's wait and see for Ortega or Edison to leave first, as one of them is expected to. And then I expect Manchester City to proceed with a new goalkeeper. So then, more on James Trafford. And Burnley and Newcastle United have reopened talks after we know Newcastle United tried to sign James Trafford last summer, and Newcastle United have reopened talks. And Newcastle United now starting to make moves in the transfer market, and James Trafford is the top target for Newcastle United since last summer, and they also have an agreement with the player from last summer. So on the player side, it's virtually complete already. So all that Newcastle need to do is agree a fee with Burnley, and discussions over the fee, etc., potential add-ons, all this type of thing, the conditions of a deal are taking place between Burnley and Newcastle United after I've just revealed that they have reopened talks with Burnley. And it is believed that Burnley want around £30 million for James Trafford this summer. So let's wait and see if Newcastle United pay that fee. But negotiations are underway, and so are the talks over James Trafford and Burnley. So then Cherki is set to join Manchester City on a permanent transfer from Olympique Lyon. And this one has been going on. And I said a week ago, Manchester City want to sign Tiny Reinders, Rayan and Rayan Cherki all before the Club World Cup. And Cherki is expected to have the medical test in the next 24 hours. Then he will sign a 5-year deal to become a new Manchester City player. And the full package of a deal after a deal is in place is around 40 million euros, with 35 million euros initial fee, and then around 6 million euros with add-ons. So around 42 million euros a deal is worth overall. So Manchester City, Aït-Nouri's announcement very soon, Tony Reinders' announcement I'll expect tomorrow, then Rayan Cherki medical test to take place. When Manchester City get the three top targets he wanted before the Club World Cup. So then now, Fabrizio Romano has just released exclusive news that Maignan deal to join Chelsea is now off between AC Milan and Chelsea. So Maignan, we know, is pushing for the move. He informed it, and he wanted to play in the Club World Cup for Chelsea, and he also informed AC Milan that if he doesn't move, he will then become a free agent because he will not sign a new contract. And now the deal is off, so he will not play for Chelsea in the Club World Cup. Who knows? The deal could proceed after this, but we know the big crucial thing of the deal was the price tag, and Chelsea are not willing to meet Milan's price. And Chelsea did also yesterday send a new proposal of around £18 million, which was closer to Milan's value, but as I've said, AC Milan want around 25 million or 30 million euros for Maignan, and Chelsea are just not willing to pay that price for a player in the last year of the contract. And as we said, Chelsea have described it as Club World Cup tax for this one, saying that AC Milan are adding more money on because of the Club World Cup. So talks are off for now. Who knows? We know crazy things happen in the transfer market. Talks will resume with the deadline coming up, but I don't expect it. Chelsea could then approach Maignan after the Club World Cup deadline, who knows, and then sign him for the season. But let's wait and see. But talks are currently off, and Maignan is expected to then stay at AC Milan this season and become a free agent next summer, leaving AC Milan, where you once again presume that Chelsea will be an option for him there. But as we know, that is it from the video. It is a shorter video today, but as I've said, depending on the news, because the deadline's coming up, there could be another video later with maybe some potential things going on with clubs like Al Hilal, etc. So thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.